Hey everybody, it's Tim and welcome to Focus Friday. Today I want to talk about every business's favorite topic. Leads. Leads. I can't tell you how many times a week I hear, "We need more leads, Tim, we need more leads." And that may be true. By the way, you might actually need more leads. But I want to challenge your thinking around the concept of scaling my business relative to leads. Because everyone says, well, we need to scale up our leads. We've got to scale our leads. They've got to get bigger. And that makes like a little bit of sense if you think about your sales as a funnel, because with the funnel, everything that goes in the top eventually comes out the bottom. But the sales process isn't actually a funnel, it's a filter. And so if you put a lot of stuff in the top, that actually doesn't necessarily change what comes out after all of your filtering. It doesn't necessarily change what comes out at the end. And so what I want you to do, instead of thinking, how do we get more leads, is you start thinking backwards. So let's start from the place where you just made a sale or all of your sales or whatever, and you start thinking about the people, the result set, those people that you've closed. You start thinking of them as like a foundation to build on. And so then you think about sort of what are the essential elements of this company and what are their attributes and what were they like and what was their problem and how did we solve it and what was the pricing and how big are they? And so you get all of this information about the companies that you're already dealing with. And then instead of thinking, you know what, I'm going to go generate a fire hose of leads by offering something free or offering something easy or cheap. And hopefully I can find in there, in that giant mess of leads, maybe I can find those people that look like the people that I want to sell to. That doesn't work. So what you need to do is you need to take this, what you have as your model, and sort of understand everything that you can about it, and then create a little bit of messaging so that you can attract people who look like that. And then if you do want to scale, if you have more capacity or you are growing, so then you take that audience that works, and then you look at it a little bit differently and think, what else do they have in common that I haven't been using or thinking about? And then you add that to the mix. And so then you build an audience on top of that. So then you get all of the essential attributes of the companies that you've sold to, plus these new ones you might have found amongst the people that you got into that original audience. And so then what happens is you actually have scaled up a little bit, but at the very center of what you're doing is that thing that you want and need, which is the set of attributes to make it reasonable for you to do business with somebody. And so instead of just widening the mouth of the filter, because again, you don't know how many of your desired folks are in the widest end of your sales filter. If you build your audience from the bottom up, one layer at a time, one sort of commonality or attribute added to the mix of attributes that you're slowly going to build a bigger and bigger audience. But at its essence, it is an audience that is closely related and highly correlated to the audience that you really want to talk to. And so in your desire for more leads, so many people think, how do we put more people into the top end of our funnel? Well, again, remember, it's not a funnel, it's a filter. So you don't want to put more, like if you've ever owned a pool, you don't want to filter more dirty water. Like you want to sort of obsessively clean water. And so if you think about it that way, if you can start with clean pool water and then just add a little bit more clean water, and a little more clean water, then you've got this big full pool full of clean water instead of sort of, you know, like taking any water that you can find, use bathtub water, swamp water, runoff from the street and throwing it in your pool. That's not what you want. You want to start with clean water and filter it so that it becomes crystal clear. And so what I want you to think about as a marketer and as someone who's responsible for generating sales is not how do we get more leads? How do we build our audience of people connected to what we know works? That's it. That's Focus Friday. Think bottom up instead of top down. It'll make your lives, your lead generation lives anyways, more efficient. Have a great day.